There's the video. All right. Welcome, everyone, to another Mountain Man Monday. This is live stream episode number 48. Today is October the 12th, 2020. I want to welcome everyone that joins here live tonight on the live stream itself or watches later on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. You can always find this live stream and others that will be archived under the live stream playlist on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. So I hope everybody, as always, is having a great start to their week and as good as they can Monday, and everything's going well with them. I can't complain. I'm here. Things are going all right. Maybe getting on here a few minutes later than last week, but we'll see who rolls in here tonight and wants to say hello. Again, I want to welcome everyone that might be new to the channel as well. Each and every week we have our fantastic regulars that join us, and we also have a few new people that join, and I want to welcome everyone, whether you're listening in the background like a podcast or just listening to the live stream, or you'd like to join in the chat. Either way, welcome to you on the channel. And we have a few people that have rolled in here. Let's start out. We got first cross finish line, or the start line, I should say, this evening is Jennifer Rathbone. Hello, Mr. Mountain. Hello to you. I hope you are doing well and having a great start to your week. Let us know how you're doing. We got Tim Wheaton. Hey, buddy, I'm in Michigan currently. Well, fantastic. It's probably beautiful up there in the Midwest because the temperatures are starting to taper off. So you have to let us know how it's going, and I hope you're having safe travels. We've got Chad Loveless here. Good evening, Mr. Mountain Man, and all in the chat. Good evening to you as well. I hope you're having a great evening and everything's going well. We got AZ Rock here, back after a week absent. Hey, Mr. Mountain Man. And everyone here, hello to you as well. Hope things are well. Let us know how you're doing. We've got mom and dad are here. My mom and dad, that is. Hello from the parental units again. And hello to you guys. I hope you're doing well. Steelers are 4-0. We need to get on the phone and say hello, because it's easy in the live stream, but I'd like to actually have a regular conversation. So I should get on the phone with you guys, and we need to say howdy. We got Dr. J here. I thought I might have missed you. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man, and hello to everyone. I hope you're having a great start to your week. And Dr. J, you have to let me know. I read one of your comments. Was it on, I don't know, Instagram, YouTube, somewhere, that you had to get COVID testing again or something like that? I know you had a series of videos. Maybe I'm looking at something old. Let us know how you're doing. I hope all things are well. Fall is in the air. Foxy Wolf is here. Yes. And Mr. Mountain Man Monday. Thank you so much. I hope things are going well. Have you got any rain in South Georgia yet? Let us know. I hope you're doing well. We've got Lily here. Hey, Mr. Mountain Man, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm here. I'm having a good time with you all. How are you doing this evening up in your neck of the woods? I hope things are going well for you too. Had a pretty decent weekend. This weekend was kind of one of those weekends where it just was getting stuff done. One of the things I did was in the garage, we had these really old fluorescent lights with the 40, and I may have mentioned this before, but I finished the project. So there were 3 of them, and they each had 2 40-watt fluorescent bulbs in them. And the ballasts in them were going bad, and they don't start that well when it gets cold. I've replaced ballasts before, but this time they just wouldn't fire up that nicely. So I replaced them with LED type garage light fixtures, and they are awesome. So I got that done this weekend. Now, when you flip on the light to go in the garage, you can actually see, and the lights work. So that was cool. Just spending time with the family, and it rained a lot. It was a rainy weekend. We had a beautiful week, but then it was like the weather was just kind of, it was just gray and rainy, a lot of rain. And I never looked at the radar to see if that was remnants from the storm that came from up south or if that was something else. But yeah, that was the weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's see. We got Ted and Deborah Harrison here. Howdy, Mr. Mountain Man and everyone chat. Good evening to you. Hope you are doing well. Let us know how you are doing. And let's see, when I scroll here, it always jumps around on me. It is definitely feeling like fall lately. Like, right, Chad, you're up in Wisconsin, I believe, and you guys are probably getting toward peak season for the fall, right? Here, it's interesting because peak season. I don't even know what peak season. I mean, you think on paper it means like peak fall color season, like it's supposed to be a certain week based on elevation and color and et cetera and all this and other factors. But there are groups of trees here that have already turned multicolor and the leaves are falling off. Yet we're not supposed to be in peak till the end of October. So I really don't know. I just know it does look nice outside and we are enjoying it. Yes, AZ Rock. Hey, girl, how are you? Missed you. And I'm glad we got that cleared up. My embarrassment about AZ Rock being female, I did not know, and I apologize, but glad to have you here this week. Good to be here. I hope everyone is fine as well. Let's do it. Yes, get on the phone and talk. Happy Monday, Mom. Good evening from Living Like Larry. Good evening, Mr. Mountain Man and all. Hello to you as well. Moving is a pain. Moving is a pain. Like that's, it stinks. Like that's got to be like one of the biggest favors like people do for each other is like when we moved from Florida, I had a good friend help me move. And I'm telling you, that favor sticks in my mind like nothing else. I mean, that was an incredible help. I would not have been able to move out on time had I not had some help. And moving is nuts. I mean, it just depends when you're moving. If, I guess everybody has a little different situation. Sometimes you move because you want to, and sometimes you move because maybe it's not so favorable. In our case, it was. So I was excited about it. So that's what gave me motivation to go through all the boxes and the lifting and the furniture and everything else that was going on. So I didn't mind it, but it's so much work, but it's worth it. And one thing I did learn, and I learned this a long time ago from my dad, who's probably listening in the earshot, is, get everything in boxes, don't have loose items. Cause I did that, not because I hadn't heard, but like when I was younger with my wife and we had apartments and we would move from apartment to apartment early on, we were just terrible. We would just get a U-Haul, but we'd like, everything was loose the way you do like 1,000 trips. But this one, I basically stole a lot of like professional mover type process. And, we bought small, medium, and large boxes from Lowe's, like hundreds of or whatever it was, because they're cheap. And everything had to be in a box. I mean, except for furniture and like lawnmowers and stuff. Although one time years ago when we moved to Florida, I had professional movers. And I mean, they had everything in a box. There's a trash can they put in a box. Even like a hose. We had a hose in the garage. It was in a box. Very few things didn't. And it makes sense because then it's like Legos. You can just pack a truck full, and I think I'm out of focus here. Let me try to get that back in so it doesn't annoy myself. But if you can pack a truck full and engineer it full and use a lot more of the space, especially if you're doing an intrastate move. So yes, moving is a pain. So hang in there yourself, AZ Rock. I hope you do well. Tim says the color is absolutely phenomenal here, especially around the Great Lakes. Heading to Holland, Michigan tomorrow on the west side on Lake Michigan. Beautiful. I hope you have a great trip and enjoy the nice weather of the fall. I bet you it's spectacular up there right now. That's a great place. Hold on a second. This video is driving me crazy. Yeah, there we go. Got clarity now. Yeah, my dad and I used to go up there for years and years and years to the southern part of Michigan to see the NASCAR race there for over 20 years in Brooklyn, Michigan. But it's probably better known to a lot of folks or some in that area as the Irish Hills of Michigan, rolling green hills. It's a very pretty part of Michigan. It would be west of Ann Arbor, hour-ish or something. So you're talking about south central Michigan, and that's a very, very nice part in that area. There were, didn't know it really well other than driving through, but you could tell that there were some like small lake houses and cottages and vacation homes. And of course, people probably lived there as well and commuted over to the cities. So yeah, very, very nice. Yes, let us know if you got any rain. We got Hike with Mike here. Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing well, Mike, down there in Florida, staying safe. and things are going well. Let us know how you're doing, having a great start to your week. Dr. J said, yes, again, a guy I work with came up positive just following protocol. Yeah, hopefully we can put this past us once, a good vaccine comes through and everything is on the up and up. It was remnants from the hurricane is what Mike said is what probably came up here. Thank you. Like I said, I never looked at the map. And one of the things that I could have just popped on my phone and looked at the radar, but it was deceiving because this week is going to be warm, but during the weekend it was cooler. And normally those storms conjure up some humidity and some heat because they come out of the Gulf or from the south. But this was cooler, so I didn't know exactly what it was. Hey, we got Fridays Forever here. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well and having a great start to your week as well. Hey, we've got Rita. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man and everyone. Live stream coming through nice and clear. Getting a little bit of rain tonight. Yeah, just talking about that the weather has been kind of recently. But, fall can look beautiful in both. We've up on the mountain had some like early morning fog that goes with the leaf colors. It makes really like nice scenic type settings. But then when the sun comes out, it peeps through. It's just a great time of the year. Just always something to look forward to. AZ Rock is headed out on Friday. That's great. Hope you have safe travels and things go well. It's been beautiful in the mountains here, minus the rain. Yes, agreed. Dr. J over on the Tennessee side. I'm heading up to Lake Huron in the morning, Tim. Lake Huron. Oh, I'm thinking of all the different lakes: Lake Huron, Superior, Michigan, Erie, Ontario. Yeah, Great Lakes are beautiful. Just really cool. A lot of, I don't know if I should say underrated. I've talked about that before. It feels like they're underrated vacation spots, probably because they're vacation spots mostly in the summer, just because of the harsh winters up in that part. You're essentially between the United States and Canada for many of those lakes. So, but I do feel like there's a lot of really, really great untapped kind of not overly populated vacation destinations to go up north. I've only got a few sprinkles, really not enough to get the yard wet. Still high in the 80s. Yeah. Oh man, stinks that you couldn't get some of what came out of the Gulf, even though that wasn't good. What came up through Texas and Louisiana there, but it would have been nice. Dr. J has moved 5 times in 5 years. You guys must be moving pros. That is a lot. Yeah. And Mike says that's the negative thing about having a pickup truck. When friends need something moved, I'm always self-conscious of that. Like when I want to, I don't know. I mean, over the years, because I just, unless they're like a really good friend, we have a minivan and that does pretty well for a lot of stuff. Like you can, even if you have to get like lumber, you could have it, stick out temporarily if you're just going a short distance. But like, yeah, I mean, if I was to buy something like a washer and dryer, I'd probably have it delivered or, stuff like that. Whereas some people will just bring it home themselves and then install it, fortunately, I've only moved once in the last 20 years. Yes, that is overrated, not underrated moving. So if you got a place you like and yes, that's stay put. I have not actually worked a day yet in my new job, but I will have soon. Okay, well, yes, hopefully the start goes well and it's everything hopefully that you like. And I know with a lot of new jobs, you kind of have that honeymoon period at first, which for different careers and different jobs, it's a different amount of time, but and then you kind of get that settling in period and hopefully everything just goes really well. I thought you had said you're going back to a job you had done once before. Maybe I'm misinterpreting, but anyway, I hope it goes well. I hope everything goes really well for you. Hey, we got Kentucky Girl here. Hey, everybody. Hello to you as well. Hope you're having a great start to your week, a great Monday. Let us know how you are doing. Yes, best of luck to you. I didn't like moving and downsizing, or hate moving and downsizing at the same time. Yeah, that, sometimes, it just depends on the situation. But yeah, moving it's the chore of chores, right? Oh, hey, Rita says, let's see the thumbs up. Well, I'll give you a thumbs up. And I'll probably take myself out of focus doing that there. But Yeah, I appreciate that. I think the Midwest has the best fall colors. You know, it is interesting. I don't know who can say they have the best. There's a lot of factors. I will say one thing about the Midwest that has going for it is I keep reading over and over. You need those cold snaps to prevent the nutrients from getting to the leaves, which causes something to happen with what is it, the chlorophyll or whatever's in the leaves, and then they don't. Then it produces the color and the diversity of color. So we've had some kind of ho-hum years last few years in the Western North Carolina because it was so warm and there were delayed colors and it wasn't that vibrant. So this year seems to be pretty good. Let's see. AZ Rock said, this time I packed up all the stuff and ordered 2 U-boxes. Yes, which are like the pods, and hired a couple guys to pack them. It's all the extra stuff that needs done as well. We all know. I contemplated that as well, like getting the portable containers and having them move, but then the logistics of some of that, I weighed that versus using trucks and that's the good thing is these days when you have to move, whether it's local or long distance, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Hey, we got Loggy Doggy here. Hello, Mr. Mountain. Hello, friends. Hello to you as well. Hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday on this Monday evening. Yes, I watched the replay and I have to tell you, it made me feel good to be missed. Yes, we know all the regulars here and always looking for the same folks. And we start questioning. Of course, we say that very lightly. People have busy lives. They've got stuff to do. They've got family. They got jobs. They got other things they want to do. They want to watch their favorite shows on Netflix or YouTube, or if it's during the summer, go mow the lawn. So it doesn't offend anybody if you're not here. It's just we do see the regulars, and so we start to raise an eyebrow when somebody hasn't been around for a while. And then I mentioned too, some people transition in and out. They enjoy a channel for a while, and then they get what I would like to think of as like channel fatigue. I've subscribed to channels like, I think about like car channels or something, where I just go gung ho watching a channel for a whole bunch, soaking up everything they have. And then it's kind of like, I've seen it all. Let me, take a break for a little bit. So people take a break from this channel too. And that's okay. Let's see. Welcome to Mr. Mountain Man live stream. Please hammer that thumbs up and please subscribe and ring the bell so we can see you every Monday. Yes. And hopefully also in addition to that, I'm on a cadence of, it seems about twice a month. I do get a video out there. And so I hope you all enjoy all the content that comes out here. Yes. Oh, Eastern Michigan. Excuse me. It was Eastern Michigan. I may have said Western. Have a safe trip living like Larry up there. Yes, definitely have a good trip. Let's see here. So glad you're all here. Hope everyone's well. We are. Everybody seems to be doing all right today. We got a few sore backs from moving. Some people traveling and people enjoying fall. So a little bit of everything. Yeah, I've not moved in 19 years. So I'm assuming years. So I am out of practice. Right. It gets a little rusty, right? Doing it. I'm going back to the same prison I have worked at for the last 14 years, that's right. Independent contractor. Awesome. That's really cool. I hope that again goes well for you. During the lockdown, I try to eliminate a lot of junk. So maybe if I have to move, it won't be so bad. Excellent, point, Kentucky girl. It's interesting. Like, of course, there's extreme with like hoarding, and then there's minimalism, but somewhere in between, there's practicality for how much one needs. And I've even been subject to not hoarding, but collecting. And I'm not making a fancy term for it. I mean, literally collecting. Like I have some die-cast cars that I went from NASCAR that I collected a whole bunch. And then when I was younger, baseball cards. And I've seen people who collect like tennis shoes, like all the Jordans. And I've seen people collect Funko Pops and just go crazy off of buying a lot of stuff. And, I like to say stuff and things and stuff. So, it's always a good check once in a while to kind of think about what we need versus what we want. And it's interesting because, a lot of people think like investing is like something for, those people over there. But it's really interesting. Like, what if some people who, might spend $5 or $10 a week on lotto tickets and another $10 or $15 on junk, if they were to take that $20 or $25 a week and put it into like an S&P Index 500 fund, which you can open brokerage accounts for free. And you put that away once a week for years on end, and you just, what's called dollar cost average, because you're just doing it on a regular basis. It's incredible what that money all of a sudden would blossom into. So I see over the years, a lot of people think, and to invest, you have to have, all this money. No, you just take your nickels and pennies and dimes and dollars on the meaningless stuff, and save a trip to the flea market on the Saturday morning and send that money to the old account. And it's interesting. So I get it about that, but it's, it's part of the culture we live in. It's a very, there's a lot. I mean, even look what I have around me here. There's stuff, stuff for doing this live stream, and microphones and lights and all kinds of stuff. And so it is kind of good. Sometimes it feels suffocating to have a lot of stuff. And I know, Kentucky Girl, I just used your comment, but it's an interesting topic of conversation. It's a really good one, actually, to go through and kind of thin out. And it's hard to do sometimes, because I know with people, the psychology behind it is things equate to memories and stuff. Of course, it can get even more complicated. You watch those shows on TV, and somebody will have a traumatic event in their life and they can't get rid of stuff, because that the stuff is what they feel like they remember from some incident. But for more ordinary situations, it's like, I can't throw away this shirt that I got 16 years ago because I wore that with, my wife to that dinner, or my first job, or I don't know, whatever, and it's like, it doesn't really matter. So I speak from experience too, though, there's always stuff. But at the same time, it's nice to enjoy. So, yeah, so that's cool. If you got in the basement, the garage, the extra room, the attic, the closets, got rid of some stuff. And me, while I appreciate garage sales, because we used to do them as a family growing up, most of the time now, everything goes straight to charity. Whatever is overage, it's just, I want to donate. If we had an extra bike, I want to donate it. I just like the thought of somebody else being able to use that stuff either for free or for a minimal cost that's driving some nonprofit. So I particularly, when we do that, like to, thin out and stop by, Goodwill or local charities or whatever it is like that, and get rid of stuff. So awesome comment, Kentucky Girl. Good talking point. Probably, got behind on comments here. Let me catch up. I may never see my stuff again. No, I bet you those pods. And if they don't, they're probably insured, and then you get all new stuff. We have 4 big trees in our yard, and they're always the last to turn and the last to lose their leaves. So we're usually raking when it's cold. I need to post a picture. I took a picture today. It's like raining leaves where we live. So I feel you, Chad. And that's why I rebuilt the leaf blower last week and put the new carburetor in it, because it gets heavy use around here, because we have so many trees where we live. And so like around here, blowing leaves is like people who live in like by the lakes and get, lake effect snow and use snow blower. Around here, leaves are like crazy. Like I get those epic pile of leaves that'll be like 3 feet tall, like multiple times. So it's a lot of fun and a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. We had an old farmhouse for 17 years. When I got a log home 3 years ago. Oh, log home. Cool. Just wish it was in the mountains instead of the outskirts of town. Well, I got to say, that's that regardless, that's really awesome. I think that's super cool. And it always makes you look forward to when you drive over to the mountains. I follow another YouTube channel, guys who captain for, so many good channels. Oh my goodness, did I get behind a little bit here? I get someone to pack and move me. So if anything breaks, it's on them. But if I break, it's on me. Yes. Another good strategy, for sure. I'm actually a mental health nurse. That's awesome. That is really cool. Again, I really hope that it goes. Oh, Dr. J left and I was 14 comments behind. Great seeing you all. Got to run. Always enjoy, Mr. Mountain Man. Thank you and have a great week, Dr. J. Appreciate you saying hello tonight. I think it's fantastic to have a profession like that. It sure is. That is really cool. Kentucky Girl says, I could probably use a session mental health. That is. Everybody can, right? So, hey, we got all about the Smokies. Hey, Mr. Mountain Man. Hello to you, Bob. I hope you're doing well and family. And again, always plugging everybody's channel. Again, every time All About the Smoky stops by here, please check out their channel. Excellent movies if you like everything that's going on over in the Smokies. Great reviews and location visits. So very, very cool stuff. That's what I've done for 36 years, just last 14 in a prison. Okay. Me too, Kentucky girl. Loggy Doggy says, I think Foxy Wolf, you need to start your own channel then, and then get everybody to come on, and you can let them ask questions. And it sounds like you might have something there. That would be pretty cool. Got my shingle out. My shingle. Is that? Let me know what I must have missed the reference on that one. Let's see. Yes, we are lining up for your services. Yeah. I'm telling you, make a live stream. I'm always a good listener. It says Foxy Wolf. We got Todorico here. Hello, Mr. Mountain and everyone. Hello to you. I hope you're having a great start to your week. A nice Monday. Please let us know how you're doing. And thank you for visiting today. I hope you enjoy. And we also have Adriana Lasure. What's your favorite video you made so far, Mr. Mountain Man? Thank you for the question. I love questions, these about the channel and everything. My favorite video. Oh, I think about this sometime. I'm very critical of my videos. Like I go through them and I'm like, yuck. It's not perfectionism. It's just, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. So there are things that sometimes I don't like. So if it was content, if it was location, I really did enjoy the videos when I traveled internationally to the Philippines. That was fun. That was kind of epic because that was a unique experience. For food, the number one video on the channel and still my favorite food review is Captain Benjamin's. That is a very popular video in Myrtle Beach, and I loved going there, and I thought it was kind of fun, especially since we went 2 days in a row and for my birthday. I know you asked for the favorite though, so I have to come up with a favorite. The Little Switzerland one was pretty cool because that was a new place I hadn't been to. You know what? I could probably tell you if I just went to my channel real quick and looked at the video list here. I love the question. Let's see here. Okay, so you're gonna get me on which one's my favorite. Like the one from a year ago, the motorcycle ride on the Blue Ridge Parkway, I loved that video. There's not a lot of narration on it, but the views and the background music I think is super cool. Mount Mitchell was also one of my favorite. I really liked Mount Mitchell because I just think it's a super cool place, and I've been up there several times since then. I liked the collage video I put together about a month ago called Pizza Putt Putt in the Park. That was neat because it was kind of an array of places we went to. And I also like the Lumberjack Adventure. I like the video editing style and some of the slow-mo that I did on that. So, man, I just gave you a terrible answer to that question. You asked what my favorite one I made, and I did not give you a clear-cut answer. So if I had to pick one, I'll probably say I'll go with the Philippines, just because it was the wow factor of being overseas. But if I picked one over here, like in the mountains, it would be the Mount Mitchell video. But I really like a lot of them. But then there's some that I'm kind of critical, like the Chimney Rock. Chimney Rock are some of my favorite videos. But the problem is both times I went there, I didn't have the gimbal. And so I was a little frustrated that the video is a little bouncy. And there was one that I think the lens got messed up on my phone, so it wasn't completely clear. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I love the question though. Great question, Adriana Lasure. I appreciate it. That was really fun. Chad Loveless says, we are beginning to look for a new house, growing out of our old ones. So not really looking forward to all the packing and moving. At least we're staying in town. You know, Chad, if it's the deal where you are able to upsize because you outgrown your house, you probably will have something to look forward to. And again, it'll give you that motivation of something exciting to look forward to, something new that you're going to be able to do. At least that's what it seems, it happened with me. Well, what I started to do a couple years ago is I take a picture of whatever and then donate. It helps it anyway. Yes. So the picture part, if I'm on the same page as you, AZ Rock, is because you can, it's not the motivation for me, but you do get a tax credit for your donations. You just need to itemize, and generically about their value and where you donated them to and such. I think if that's what you meant. Oh, no. I think what you meant, I'm sorry. The reason I'm thinking that is because that's what I do for record. I think you meant to save the memory, which is much more meaningful than what I said. Yeah. So like if you had something, you're like, oh, there's this shirt, take a picture of it. And then you can look at the shirt. That's an excellent idea. Really nice idea. All About the Smokies has a cool video out today of Anakista, and it's in a cloud and it's cool. Check it out. We'll have to do that. That's really cool. We also have here Smoky Mountain Rough Rider. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man. Hello to you. Hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. All About the Smokies says, felt like I was up at Klingman's Dome. Yes, my recent video from the one entitled Cold Summer Morning in the Mountains, it was in the 30s. That one was, there was a point where we were at above 6,000 feet. And when we looked down, it was like I was in an airplane because you were looking down at a layer of clouds. It was really cool. Really cool. Yeah, good luck on the house hunt. Hopefully it's fun. I have hickory trees. Only thing falling now are hickory nuts. The leaves will fall next month. Yeah. What do we have? We have like it looks like buckeyes, but they're not. I guess they're chestnut tree. Because I thought it was a buckeye tree. I mean, they look almost identical. Whatever the nut that looks identical to a buckeye, because I found out it wasn't a buckeye tree, but whatever tree we have, those fell like 3 weeks ago. Do you do anything with the nuts? I'll tell you what we do. The squirrels grab them, and then they make a mountain or a wintertime feast is what they do. Oh, only 13 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Thank you so much, Kentucky Girl. I appreciate it. And thank you for saying that. And if you enjoy it, yeah, I appreciate it. You do a fantastic job on all your videos. You know what ends up happening is, the thumbs up is, the YouTube algorithms, even though they're black box, there are some things that are just obvious. When you thumbs up something, and you go across your whole spectrum of videos that you enjoy and you thumbs up, when they find other people in the YouTube universe that have similar likes to you, then videos that you have thumbs up will show up on their homepage. I actually really like that. I love going to my YouTube homepage because I get all kinds of stuff. It's very eclectic, but all kinds of things that I enjoy. So I don't have to go hunt and peck for something. I mean, I can go to my subscribers that are people I subscribe to and look for their new videos, and I have notifications, but it helps tailor my homepage. So the same thing happens if you think this is neat and you thumbs up. Eventually, somebody might get a suggestion for this guy named Mr. Mountain Man, and maybe one of my videos will show up on their homepage. They might see it, and that's how people find out about stuff. So you do a fantastic job on all your videos. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ted and Deborah Harrison. That was very kind of you. Thank you very much. Which one, Mr. Mountain, was the one where Part of the Last of Mohicans was filmed? Yes, AZ Rock. That was one of my favorite. That was the first Chimney Rock video. It is called Chimney Rock ! And Skyline Trails Hike. As you regulars know, I am a big fan of the Last of the Mohicans movie. And a portion of that movie was filmed at Chimney Rock State Park and surrounding area. And one of the original trails that is no longer open because it was considered too dangerous and somebody had died on it. When the park was privately owned, and a little bit, I think it was around 2004 or 5, I visited there with my wife and my sister, who comes on this live stream sometimes. Her name is Ditda. Her handle, we went up there and got pictures from like some of where the movie scenes were. It was an incredible hike. And that is a great video. That was that is one of my favorite videos too, because I like that I was able to lace some of the music in that was allowed through the licensing and stuff. And it was, it just was a cool. And then I was able to find those old pictures and put them in to show the old trail. It was a cool video. I do like that one. I just wish I had the gimbal. That's all. Hey, we got Kenneth Oakes here. Hello, everyone. Sorry I came on late. No apology ever necessary. Glad you're here and hope you are having a great start to your week. Yeah, so I was going off on a tangent about taking a picture for taxes, and AZ Rock was being more sweet about saving the memory. So yes, that was better. Phones dying, not ignoring anyone, but watching and listening on Chromecast. Oh, okay. I'll be back in a bed. Yeah, no problem at all. That's pretty cool. So you're probably seeing this on the big screen, which is embarrassing. Like if my face is on like a 50-inch or 60-inch TV or something, that's crazy. Let's see. Foxy Wolf says Mr. Mountain Man's Twitter, Instagram at Mr. Mountain_man. And his channel on the handyman projects and how-to on YouTube is the Eclectic Handyman. Yes, I enjoy the Eclectic Handyman. I figured some people are, sometimes I'm shy to mention it, even though I go on a quick tangent and start talking about something I fixed or whatever. But I was thinking about this the other day. Some of you have been very, very polite and kind and have enjoyed that channel. But I hope I never bore anybody by mentioning it, because it's so random. Somebody might be like, I'm not it. I love the mountains and I like travel. I'm not here to hear about, Mr. Mountain Man fixing a thermostat or some brakes or something like that. So, I have a link on my channel if you want to check it out. I have fun over there too. It's a different, thing, but it's for those of you that enjoy it. Thank you for hanging out over there too. How are your workouts going now, Mr. Mountain Man? That's another great question. I appreciate it. I am finally getting my full strength back that I had like pre-lockdown, because when I was not able to go to the real gym, which I am going, back to now with safety protocols and such, I wear a mask the entire time, which as a byproduct, it helps cardio, because when you have to pull air through when you're lifting a lot of weight, that makes you like you're having to breathe harder. And so, and I'm pretty religious about that, leaving the mask on. I want to, I know it's for others, and that's what I want to do. I'm heavy breathing. I don't want, I'm going to wear it, and I can do it. But aside from that, I was doing really well, January, February, March. And then when I had to start doing home workouts, I just didn't have the weight and the equipment. So I did all right, but it was more like I like to call like maintenance workouts, which is where you just kind of stabilize and plateau. But just this past weekend, and when I get to the housekeeping, I had a picture on Instagram where I finally got back on my shoulder press to 100-pound dumbbells each for shoulder press. And I think I got that 8 times. I think I used to do it 10. So 8's good. But yeah, I had been back down around 85 and each, and I was kind of hitting a wall, but I had a really good workout Saturday morning. So thanks for asking. I put together a video that I never published, which was a at-home workout that I did. And I was going to do all the muscle groups and publish it. But again, I was like, I think people are going to just think it's too out of, just too different from the normal stuff on the Mr. Mountain Man channel. So I never put it together and published it. And now I'm not working out at home anymore. I don't know. Anyway, if for some reason, if there was like a bunch of requests, I'll put it out there, because I thought it was going to be cool. But I was like, somebody's watching a video about me hiking and travel and dining reviews. And then now they're watching me push weights. And I don't know. Always love Buckeyes. We used to make the necklaces out of them as kids. Yeah. I mean, they're great for the football games. And then there's a terrific recipe, I'm sure a bunch of you, even not from Ohio, which are like the chocolate Buckeyes with the peanut butter in the middle. Oh my goodness. Those things are not good for you, but they are delicious. Very, very good. And you can pull the recipe down from the internet. Just put like chocolate Buckeye recipe. If you like peanut butter and chocolate, try them out. They're really good. Yes, the squirrels eat those nuts. They do. Oh, goodness. I'm still behind. Sorry. Mr. Mountain Man, if those nuts have a real sharp, spiny casing, that nut falls out. They are chestnuts and good eating. You know what? It's too late now, I think, but I should bring one and show you guys, and you could tell me, because I do think they are like that. They have that casing with a point on it. I think you might be right. Wife has a keychain with a Buckeye on it for the Buckeyes, of course. Upstairs, I have a cup, an Ohio State cup with full of Buckeyes, like real Buckeyes, and they're pretty cool. Yes, Kentucky girl, you are right. When I was a kid, I was always told Buckeyes were poisonous. I mean, that's kind of the the little joke about the Buckeyes. Great team, great football team, but it's not a really tough mascot. And people are like, it's a poisonous nut. But it's yeah, I'm a big Buckeyes fan. That's right, go Bucks. Hey, Marvin Carlton. Hello, everyone. Hello to you as well. I hope you're having a great start to your week. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you're having a nice Monday. I used to make necklaces out of the Buckeyes. Yeah, again, they're good. I mean, you could probably make a bracelet, a necklace for the football games, wear them with the jersey. If you're a Buckeyes fan, they're pretty cool. I'm going to click on the one where somebody's saying, where Kenneth Oaks is saying hello to everyone. Because again, I just like the camaraderie when everybody's, talking to everybody. It's really, really cool. AZ Rock is moving away from family. Yeah, my folks. Oh, no, are going to family. Not getting younger. My son and grandson are here. Oh, so you've got family in both places. Yeah, that is a tough decision. Yeah. Well, again, I hope the move goes well for you. Mr. Mountain Man really was exciting to see Last of the Mohicans. Yeah, it's a movie I like to watch once every 5 years. I'll give you my top 5. Well, some of my favorite movies. I'm weird. Like, they're not Renaissance pieces, by the way, people. So like Top Gun, Days of Thunder, because I love NASCAR. They're not in exact order, but Top Gun's number 1, Apollo 13, Last of the Mohicans, and maybe Tombstone in there. I really like Tombstone. I think Tombstone, of course, I'm missing out on all kinds of great movies. The Star Wars and all the Avenger movies, and then you could go to like real quality cinema and stuff. So, anyway, that's a lot of pop culture type movies. Well, some were historic events, like Apollo 13. I love that movie. Some of these movies, like Apollo 13, Last Mohicans, I like to watch, once or twice a year. I just like them so much. And they're visually spectacular movies too. I think everyone on that list there I said was an action movie. Oh, Chad's heading out. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your night and have a good week. You as well, Chad. I hope you have an excellent week. Thank you for joining us, and I hope everything's going all right. We are doing well. Oh, AZ Rock says, you now have me hooked on the Last of the Mohicans movie. I remember you saying that, AZ Rock, that you had not seen it. If anybody else hasn't seen it, the only reservation about it is it is around the French-Indian War, I believe is what it was. So there's some violence in it, visually graphic violence. So if you're not into that kind of thing, which most of the time you don't have to warn anybody anymore, but every once in a while somebody's like, oh, it was, kind of grotesque or something, but it was war. So yeah. Our gym doesn't make people on treadmill wear masks. Feels like everyone's breathing is just filling up the place with particles. I know it's tough because, one of the things I like doing is, I like kind of representing in the gym, what I perceive to be, and that's my perception. It doesn't have to be you all, is my perception of being courteous and polite in this modern era, which is 2020 with the pandemic, and showing that you can be really strong, but yet still wear a mask. Because I think there's a little bit of it going around in the gym where it's like a tough guy. I say guy, it could be tough person kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm not wearing a mask, blah, 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 blah. But it's kind of cool to be able to throw a lot of weight around, that I do. I can, bench press 315, 6 times, or got the hundreds on, and I'm wearing a mask. And so, I'm proving the point that you can be courteous and safe and respectable to others, and still do a great job and work out hard. We just enjoy you being on every Monday. Any subject is good with us. I appreciate that. Maybe someday I will put one of those out, one of those workout videos as a test and see. I have made a lot of chocolate Buckeyes. Yeah, they're super good. I don't know why we don't make them more often. I made them like 10 years ago, and then I just don't think about it. You kind of like them around like when Ohio State plays Michigan, stuff like that. When I was a kid, we would eat hickory nuts. Yeah, a lot of, and somebody said they had a lot of hickory trees. It's good luck if someone gives you a Buckeye. Yes, I believe that is true. So, and I think most of my Buckeyes have been, pardon me, given to me, not something I found on the ground. Yes, I find movies on TV sometimes that are made in the mountains, and I love seeing them. There's a lot of movies that have been made in this area. Like I had mentioned before, Lake Lure is where Dirty Dancing was filmed. You had the Hannibal movie, had part of it filmed at the Biltmore. You have Last of the Mohicans. There's some sites that talk about all the different movies filmed in the Asheville area. Let me see, Asheville area made movies. I'm forgetting a couple. I think Bull Durham. Yeah, Bull Durham was made at the local baseball stadium. Let's see. The Hunger Games, Black Mountain and DuPont State Forest provided the backdrop. Patch Adams with Robin Williams, Biltmore State and campus of University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. My Fellow Americans, that was an older one, with Jack Lemmon, James Garner. Forrest Gump, I forgot about that. Yeah, there was, when he was running up the hill on that windy hill, that was Grandfather Mountain. The Fugitive, Last of the Mohicans, Bull Durham, Dirty Dancing, Thunder Road back from 58. Most of the scenes, this crime drama about running moonshine in the mountains, are filmed in Nashville. The Swan. Yeah, so there's a bunch around here. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Tombstone is my favorite Western. Yeah, I know it's not fictionally perfect and accurate, but boy, Kurt Russell did a great job. So did the whole acting cast was great in that movie. That was just a really cool movie. Here's Kentucky Girl's top 3 movie list. Gone with the Wind, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and Forrest Gump. I've seen the latter two. Gone with the Wind, I have never watched all the way through. My sister really enjoys that movie. I have not seen it. I bought Forrest Gump on Blu-ray. Now we have streaming everything, and I still think it's in the cellophane. I love that movie. I just haven't watched it in a while. Now I need to go watch that, Kentucky Girl. And also the Forks movie. Was that you who recommended? Somebody had recommended the Forks, the documentary on Netflix. I'm sorry, I'm messing it up about who recommended that. Those are good choices. I really like Doc Holliday. Oh yeah. Drawing a blank. Iceman. Oh my goodness, what's his name? Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer was Doc Holliday in that movie. Haven't seen the Oh Brother movie. That's the one with Clooney, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is with George Clooney. There's a really snappy, catchy song in that movie, so it's a pretty good movie. I think Val won an Oscar for that performance. That would be interesting. Doc Holliday made that movie. And so did his nemesis in that movie, did a great job. If you really like Tombstone, speaking of homepage and curated things that you like, I've hit thumbs up on a lot of like behind the scenes stuff from Tombstone. So every once in a while on my homepage, I get like some old clip of the actors talking about it or whatever. AZ Rock, Oh Brother is a movie that's full of bluegrass. I made an ex get an oilskin duster because of him living like Larry. That's cool. The town Tombstone has always been fun to go to. Total tourist place, of course. I'm Huckleberry. Love that line. Yeah, when they're at the tree. And they actually don't ever know what happened up there. They don't know if there was a shootout or, it's pretty interesting. Loggy Doggy likes the movie Purgatory. It's a really cool movie. And saying hello to Kenneth. Some of the counties around here are not mandating wearing the mask, but we still have to wear it in my county. Yeah. I just do it out of sense of courtesy again and science. I don't, it's become completely politicized, but I prefer to stick to the science side of things, not the Facebook science side of things, like the doctors and scientists side of science things. And so I have no problem wearing a mask. And I'm sure I could make every excuse in the book. Oh, I work out and I'm healthy and all that. No, I wear a mask. That's me. After the field cut, we go out, get the hedge apples, put around the house, keep the spiders away. Yes. Living like trying to catch up on the comments. Living with Larry, you're going to make me watch it again as if I have not already seen it a dozen times. What is the movie Purgatory about? Did I miss? Oh, Jean Merida. If I didn't say hi, hello to you, Jean Merida. I hope you are having a great start to your week and a wonderful Monday. And I apologize if I missed it. Oh, now Shawshank Redemption, the jail that was filmed at, I have passed by it several times. It's in Mansfield, Ohio. The original one that sits back from the current one. Been by there with my family when driving up to Northern Ohio. So living like Larry, you know exactly where that is because you're in the Sandusky area, upper Sandusky area. So that's not far from your neck of the woods. It's an outlaw about in Purgatory. Don't want to give you much. You should watch it and let me know what you think, Kentucky Girl. Yes. That is cool. Yeah, that I Am a Man of Constant Sorrow or something like that. No Brother. Yeah, I remember I saw that in the theater. That was 20 years ago. Smoky Mountain Rough Rider likes John Wayne, The Quiet Man. Excellent movie. Yes. Mom says, so proud of that. Science. It's not politics. Right. I'm right there with you. Facebook is, unfortunately, memes and Facebook convincing people of fact through many different things in the last half dozen years is a terrible shame. People need to make sure that you are able to filter humor and convincing sounding homegrown logic versus real facts. That's the tough part. Wife and I dream of moving to the East Tennessee, West North Carolina area, but our family roots are deep here. It's very hard to imagine putting distance between us and our kids. By the way, we'll be in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area next week. Yes, Todd, is very true statement. I moved away early to go to school in North Carolina, and so I made that break early on. But I have friends that have stayed in Ohio, and once you get used to that family connection, you start to have kids. It's very, very difficult. So I know my mom and dad are here and, moved away, but makes it somewhere nice for them to come and visit. Yes, we shall all sing along with you. Rita got it right. They used the Upper Sandusky Courthouse and Woodshed and the Ohio State Reformatory plus downtown Mansfield and Ashland plus out by Mohican Forest. Okay, yeah. Then that movie, didn't that win Picture of the Year? I believe it did. If it not, it was like best supporting actor or something. They got a lot of accolades. So with that, let me roll into our tradition with housekeeping for the week of October the 12th, 2020. So first up on deck, we I don't have any new videos this week. The most recent one, if you all are watching and haven't seen it, is the cold in the mountains. So make sure you check it out. Summer. It was the end of summer. It was in the 30s. Went up to Mount Mitchell and it was absolutely beautiful. There's really no other housekeeping on the channel other than just check out if you're new to the channel, check out the videos. Just hit the, if you're on mobile app or on the main web, hit the videos tab and scroll through. And let me know what you think with comments and such, or just watch and enjoy. Let us know. And if you're new to the channel, just checking this out, hopefully you can like and subscribe and enjoy us at a minimum, at least on Monday nights, so that we can stay in touch and have a good time. Let's take a look here at what we had for the week on Instagram. So this was really awesome. Had some friends come in from out of town from Minnesota and went up to Mount Mitchell on Wednesday in the afternoon. And oh my goodness, was that day just clear and beautiful. So yes, up there at the highest point east of the Mississippi, there's yours truly. It was an unbelievably clear day. Oh, that's going the wrong way here. That view right there, pictures don't do it any justice, but it's cool because if you've seen my Mount Mitchell video, there are these signs that have the north, south, east, and west and tell you what mountains you're looking at. And you can see Tennessee from up here. It's really incredible, the distance. And in fact, there was a little bit of a haze from the heat that day in the lower elevations. But when I went there in the winter, I mean, it's like the view was never ending. The roads and the leaves changing and the tunnels. There's the entrance to the park. This didn't really do it justice, but this was one of the trails, and I jumped up several feet onto this rock. So the path is actually down here where my mouse is showing. But I was probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 feet up, but it was kind of cool, but it doesn't give like depth of perception here to show you, how high I was, but it was a cool picture. Just another really cool, like distant picture from the top. When you get to those higher elevations, it's less about the leaves and more about the evergreens. So you get above about 5,500, 6,000 feet, and you weren't seeing that color pop. But at the lower elevations, you were seeing all kinds of, look, this mountain, it happened so quickly because on that day, if you already look at this picture right here, there's reds and yellows and greens and a mix. But a couple of days later, I'm sure it was even more magnificent because on the weekend, even though it was raining, the trees all of a sudden just went into overdrive in changing of color. So again, I'm not sure how accurate that whole peak season is because according to the chart I showed you from the news last week, peak season was supposed to be above 6,000 feet was like now, and then 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000. Then, it was supposed to be like late October. I don't think that's true because a lot of leaves are already falling. So to me, it's not peak if the leaves are falling off the trees because then you're not looking at leaves on the trees anymore. So I don't know. I guess it's defining what is the definition of peak, but right now is a great time to be in the mountains. That's about all I can say on that one. Let me check the comments before I move on to the next one. Where'd I leave off? Oh, Forrest Gump won that year. Okay, thank you. The parental units have been to Ireland 5 times and seen multiple filtering sites in the quiet. Man, yeah, Ireland's awesome. I have not been with the parental units to Ireland, but I would love. Before I was here, I was upstairs watching some PBS show on Europe, and it was Scotland, and Scotland looks like a really awesome place too. It just made me think of that same thing. That tree is beautiful. Yes. By parental units, she's there. My mom and dad. They are my mom and dad. My mom and dad are there. So they're the parental units. Beautiful photos of the mountains. Thank you. Yes. It has to do with the Sandusky River. Actually, so many people are confused about that. Oh, yeah. Oh, and hello, Angela. I don't know if I missed you. I want to say hello. I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Thank you for joining us. The mountains are calling and I can't go. Rats. Yeah. I love it. It is very, very nice. Let me move to the next picture. So yes, just recapping Mount Mitchell. I will answer that question definitively. If anybody asks, what's your favorite mountain? Mount Mitchell. That is awesome. Mount Pisgah, Mount LeConte. I haven't been over to Cold Mountain. There's a lot of beautiful ones, but if you get a chance, Mount Mitchell State Park is very cool. Grandfather Mount. There's so many nice ones. It really doesn't matter. To be honest with you, once you get above like 3,000 feet, everything's just awesome. It's kind of like that Lego movie song. Speaking of songs, everything is awesome. That's pretty fun. So yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. Trees were cool. What do we have next? Oh, that was from working out this weekend. Yeah, I was getting back in shape. There's the 100-pound dumbbells and Shane's grand. That's you, Rita, right? I'm about 99.999% sure that is you. And I don't know why it does that. I hit a heart, meaning like on the mobile app, but it doesn't show up here. So it's kind of weird. Like if I hit it here, I don't know if they have some error with their application. But anyway, yes, that was getting back at it. And then what's up next? Yeah, this was actually in a parking lot. But yeah, this is what it looked like. So that was a really pretty day over there at Mount Mitchell. But then look at the sky here. I mean, on the weekend, it was just raining, but you had some yellows and you have some reds and everything was real nice. And then it was raining, but I still get the grill out and we had chicken and asparagus yesterday. So yes, I love the asparagus. Best way to eat it. Somebody had said, I swore somebody had said, you can have the asparagus. I didn't like it. Oh, that was on Twitter because it dual posts. So anyway, that is the that was the pictures of the week. And I hope you enjoyed those. Again, that's at Mr. Mountain _man on Instagram if you would like to see some pictures. No, you are not a dummy. That's just a funny way my mom and dad say they're the parental units. It's just kind of almost like speaking, you know, in, I don't know, second or third person or something, like the parental unit. So no, you're not a dummy. It just, that's that was mom and stuff. So thank you, Living Like Larry. I appreciate it. Yes, I'll try. And I think I took some more. I'll have to get them out there. So, all right. What is up next? As always, a screen that needs to refresh. And we will get into news and notes for the week of October the 12th, 2020. I have to tell you that news and notes are very easy this time of the year because it's so cliche. All I have to do is find stuff about the mountains and the leaves changing and et cetera, et cetera. It's really easy to come up with news that's happening right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is happening around here. And I will share a tab. Bingo, and present. And there we go. And take it off. I'm getting better. And voila. First on deck, this article here, which says, Great Smoky Mountains seeks public input on overcrowding and park damage. Now, remember, when I say Great Smoky Mountains Park, immediately many people will think the greats, Tennessee only and Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. But I think most people know, but if you don't, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park does go in Tennessee and North Carolina. And so when they're talking about the national park, it's all of that. So when I say this here, now obviously, I would say the more popular part of the park is the Tennessee side outside of Gatlinburg. That is probably a true statement. But to take a look at these pictures before I read the article, I mean, that's just a common scene for those. If you've never been to Great Smoky Mountains National Park, you can follow along in just that. It's super crowded. Like when you go there, I mean, it's just nuts. Like Laurel Falls and a lot of the hikes. I mean, there's nowhere to park and there's just tons of people. Now throw in 2020 on top of that, and that throws another complicated element just because of being around people. But take that out of it and just say generically for the most part, you know, and then look at that picture on the right. I know it's probably smaller if you're on mobile, but just like a mud pit with a sign knocked over that says no parking. I mean, again, I'll read the article in a second. If you guys are regulars of the channel, you've heard me talk about like when we went to Pisgah National Forest and some of this, the sense of entitlement. And first of all, I'm going to go on my soapbox here for a minute, but all these places are free. You know, the ones we usually are talking about, you know, the exception being like a Chimney Rock or Grandfather Mountain where you pay. But, you know, you're going to a free park paid by taxes or whatever, state funding. So, you know, don't act like a heathen. And that's not towards you guys. That's towards people. You know, I've seen overflowing dumpsters and garbage cans with trash flying everywhere in nature. And because people don't want to pick up their trash and take it home in the car, so they'd rather leave it there because apparently the maid is going to come by and clean up after them. And it's just a real sense of, it's in like the bathrooms that I talked about when we went to the Metcalf Bottom Park right prior to my birthday. And before that, you've seen my videos. The bathroom was probably worse than the pandemic. I don't know what you could have gotten there, but it wasn't, it was disgusting. It was gross. And so the parks are definitely overcrowded. And it you know, I see a quick comment. I'll go back through here. people need to learn respect. I mean, yes, they do. And I know I am being a little, preachy here, but it's for a good cause. We all enjoy these parks. I mean, that's what we're talking about. We're showing pictures of leaves and things that look nice, talking about hiking with the family or whatever you like to do. We got to take care of it. It's a personal responsibility. So when people go to these places and just like, I equate it to, I've been to a lot of NASCAR races and football games where tailgating, a lot of people might pay premium dollar to, like $100 to go into a parking lot, and then they will leave like a bag of garbage next to their car. You don't do that in the national parks. It's just no. And then I think there is a lot of sense of entitlement, but it goes beyond that. It's more of like, this is my vacation. This is my spot. So I'm going to park my huge car and, create these massive tire marks in the ground and park in this spot that's not made for parking and tear up this area, as evidence of that picture right there, because this is my vacation and I should be having fun. I mean, it's the me culture we live in. And, it's just crazy. I wish there was a little bit more unselfishness and sense of responsibility to take care of the parks. So anyway, but this is going to happen when it gets crowded. So hopefully that wasn't too serious for you all. But let me read some highlights from it. Cars backed up a mile from trailheads, completely booked campgrounds, and congested overlooks are what one can expect when visiting the Great Smoky Mountains National Park this fall foliage season. But I lost my spot here. Excuse me. Or really any time of the year, not just fall. The Smokies, the most visited national park in the country, had a record-breaking 12.5 million visitors last year. And even with coronavirus-related closures, the park is seeing enormous crowds this year, leading to a less than serene visitor experience. Park officials are now looking to the public for help in addressing these concerns with a virtual interactive workshop. The Smokies, 500,000 acres of rugged mountainous wilderness on the western North Carolina/East Tennessee border, saw nearly 10% increase in visitors last year from the 11.4 million people who visited in 2018. And since 2009, annual visitation to the Smokies increased by 32%, resulting in congested roadways, overflowing parking lots, roadside soil erosion, vegetation trampling, long lines at restrooms and visitor center facilities, and human waste and toilet paper scattered around trailheads and bathrooms when they are closed. Just disgusting. That's nasty. It is a scene being played out across western North Carolina's public lands, including state parks such as Mount Mitchell and Chimney Rock, state forests such as DuPont State Recreational Forest and National Forest, including the Pisgah, and iconic spots like Max Patch, Rowan Mountain, and Graveyard Fields. And unlike the western national parks, Yellowstone, Grand Teton, and Yosemite, entrance to the Smokies is free, because always, I'm not advocating for a paid entrance, but it does throttle visitation. And then you feel like I've paid to do this. It does kind of, maybe, I don't know, maybe then the sense of entitlement would be even greater. I paid to be here, so I can do what I want. The park, will host facilitator-led 2-hour online workshops with park managers in the next week. Through the workshops, participants will learn about the current state of park visitation and will be introduced to congestion management strategies used on public lands across the world. In small online groups, participants will be asked to provide input on how the park might improve visitor experience and alleviate congestion at these busy destinations. The long and the short of the article is they're trying to have a collaboration with the community to brainstorm on ways. Unfortunately, and I'm not a pessimist, I think it's a feeble effort, because I think what will happen is it's great to go through the process, but you're going to get people that care, and which is the people you want. But what you really need is a way to manage, the people coming in that are, in my vacation, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to park my big truck and tear up this grass and go on this hike and throw my Mountain Dew bottle down the side of, or my Arby's trash or whatever. I mean, we have to, respect the land. And unfortunately, I'm sure they police it as when they can and maybe hand out citations, but it's really difficult. So that overcrowding, it's gotten to the point too where it makes it a little bit. And unfortunately, I saw Loggy Doggy left. Good night, Loggy Doggy. Have a great week, and I hope you're have a safe, great week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so, you know, there just needs to be a way to throttle it, but it's getting to the point where even myself, I don't really look forward to trips, as ironic as it sound, to Cades Cove over in Tennessee. And it's a shame Smoky Mountain Hiker's not here because he's got great insight into that area. But um, I love Cades Cove, but the congestion there is nuts. And I'm sure there are sweet spots of times to hit it, but it's probably when I'm working. And so if you want to go over there on like a Saturday, it's just going to be nuts. And so, yeah, it is, it's a double-edged sword because it's great that so many people visit. They bring money into East Tennessee economy. They're spending money. They got that 10% tax rate over there. So that's great for the local economy. And then same thing for Western North Carolina and Cherokee and all that's going on over there. That really helps. But these parks and what I've seen, it's a real shame. And I have seen that in just the last few years get a lot worse exponentially. And that matches up with the numbers of increase in the people that are touring the park. So I don't know if you all have any thoughts or experience on being in the parks and anything similarly. Um, Let me see here. Let me catch up on comments. Um, uh, bu- 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 bu. 10 Deborah Harris says, sickening how people are trashing the park. Totally uncalled for. Yes, it is awful. Smoky Mountain Rough Rider says, you do a great job keeping the live stream moving and interesting. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. That's very humbling. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you so much for saying that. Todd says, looking at the pic and thinking, are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, and I've seen it. You know, I, yeah, I was talking to my well, I don't want to get too deep, but I was talking to my wife the other day and I was talking about, driving experience in general. There's a lot of road rage and a lot of, because I think we do kind of live in this me culture, it's heavily centered around like social media and what am I doing to make sure I'm okay. So that me. And it's funny because driving is one of the most unselfish acts by nature. You have to be, I mean, you're in a 3,000-pound machine that could hurt other people greatly. And driving is an act of unselfishness, letting people in and letting people, merge and being polite and stuff like that. And you see this sense of even decay, with driving and just people. It's just, you know, did you cut me off? This is my spot. This is me. You offended me. There's so much of that going on. And I even see it when I get into populated areas. It gets irritating because, if you bump into somebody and you're walking on a busy street, it could be in Gatlin. I mean, I'm not saying everybody, I'm not being completely cynical and pessimist, but there is definitely a sense of, it seems like a little bit of being kind can go a long way. And being courteous to people around. And I think it goes back to the parks. We gotta look out for each other and be courteous, and we got to think about each other when we're out there and be like, oh, other people are having a great time and I want them to have a great time. So, anyway, it's just a real shame that that's happening. People need to learn respect. Yeah, I mentioned that. Um, let's see what else. What did I miss? I get so mad when we leave Cedar Point at closing time and the trash laying in the parking lot is unbelievable. It's surrounded by the lake. All that trash can blow right in the lake. Right. And like Lake Erie has enough problems as it is. It's so toxic at times. I don't get it. I saw somebody the other day. I was coming out of the grocery. I think they had a pack of cigarettes or something. I don't smoke, but there's like the cellophane and it's got the little thing that you pull off and then you rip off the top. So I just happened to look over at this gentleman and he ripped off the top. He had a moonroof on the car and he took the wrapper and the stuff and just threw it out the window onto the road, like very blatantly, like in crowded area. And I'm like, how do you like, I just can't contemplate that world. I don't think, I mean, that thing's gonna, I just makes swear, I don't know, living in trash. Um, yeah, Loggy Doggy took off. Yeah, it is terrible about Cedar Point and everywhere. Uh, Yeah, seems like a few people have to ruin it for everyone. It's the old bad apple. You know, the other thing that stinks is when people well, first of all, when I was going up to Mount Mitchell, somebody had stole another one of those signs at the lookouts. That stinks. And then somebody else you know, when they write in the cabins with the permanent marker, like, you know, somebody's name, that would be that, you know, that's another thing, like like some historic cabin from the early 1900s, late 1800s, and somebody writes, you know, Jim and Susie were here 2013. Nobody cares. Like I've said that before. Like, do people go back and like, hey, look at this? I wrote that and I'm famous. I don't know what people thinking. So it's crazy. Rita has a good idea. I wonder if they gave trash bags at the visitor center, people would use them and help clean up. I think, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I think you got the two sides of the camp. You got the ones that care and the ones that don't understand that. And so the people that are just going to do that anyway. But I do agree. I think in general, most people, if there's a trash can you could put something in, are going to be respectful and do it. But once those trash cans start to fill up, that's one of the problems I've seen at the park. And so then it gets gross because then it just starts overflowing and people try to shove more in it. So then that goes to, do they need to start charging for the parks or doing something so that they can hire more people and have more maintenance? So, you know, if they can't keep up with the people, it would be worth a try. Yes. Foxy Wolf says, we're all just a great big family, and this is a great family to be a part of. Yes. Yes, it definitely is. There's not enough trash cans right now with the volume of people, and people are dumping. Yeah, I didn't even read your comment, Foxy Wolf. We were on the same wavelength there, and then bears come along and tear into them. They are supposed to, right. Kentucky World said, amen to that. Yep. And then they're supposed to have more trash pickup and heavier times. They have just been overwhelmed late. They cannot get ahead, and people are just trashing everything. I don't even know how I forgot about the bears. Yeah, because then all that trash, if the animals eat it, you know, they could get killed from it because of some piece of plastic or something. Like, say, like a yogurt cup. You know how they're made out of plastic? Like if a bear or something starts eating it and then licking it and then swallowed it, you know, that could just kill them. I have to cut out, guys. Once again, it was fun chatting with everyone. Thanks for hosting us, Mr. Mountain. It is great having you, Kentucky Girl. I hope you have a wonderful evening and a great week. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that was the first article there. Let me move on to the next one. Leaf peeping season is just about here. Now, this was interesting because this article was actually from a paper in Georgia, North Georgia, but it's all the same kind of area because that leads right up into, you know, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee. And the article went on to say one of the most difficult to answer questions of the fall is when and where. When will the leaves change? It's a question park rangers hear most often once the calendar turns to October. Only Mother Nature knows, of course, but the peak color is usually toward the end of October or early November for those elevations. The key for a vibrant autumn is warm, sunny days coupled with cool, not freezing nights. That's good to know, too. I always knew cool. I didn't know about freezing. That's but some of the advice from the state's tourism website, exploregeorgia.org, for those looking to catch the changing colors of fall foliage. The site is loaded with advice about where to travel to for the best of Georgia leaf peeping, as well as places to stay and scenic views. I know Foxy's from South Georgia. Does anybody else visit the North Georgia side of the Blue Ridge Mountains? That would be interesting to know because there's so much focus of, you know, me with Western North Carolina and the popularity of East Tennessee and Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. But I understand North Georgia to also be a beautiful place. People have to let us know. Did somebody else? Smoky Mountain Rough Rider said good night. Yes. And I hope you have a great week, Smoky Mountain Rough Rider. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by. When the bears associate trash food with people, then you have an issue. That's right. Because they'll eat it and they'll get sick, and then they also can get aggressive because then they think humans are going to feed them all the time. Everyone, please remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, AZ Rock, for saying that. So yeah, if anybody does go, it is a beautiful photo. It was from the article. It was incredible, and that's what you want to see in the fall. If you have spent any time in North Georgia, let us know because that's really cool to that area as well. Next to last, this was kind of interesting. South Asheville in this area, build your own PB&J cafe from the owners of Bake Pie Company, now open in South Asheville. There's a new sandwich spot in Fletcher called PB&J's Cafe. The star of the show is the PB&J sandwich, for which vet an array of all-natural nut butters, including cashew, peanut, almond, and pecan butter. Apple butter, blueberry, and blackberry jams use local fruit, and the fig jam is house-made by the Bake Pie Company. You can fill your PB&J with brown sugar, bacon, cacao nibs from French broad chocolate, marshmallow fluff, and Nutella. The restaurant also serves it almost looks like gayetes, quiche, pastries, and soups. So anyway, I thought this was cool because do you guys like peanut butter and jelly? I still eat it. I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich the other night. I use this stuff called Dave's Killer Bread. It's made with, you can get it at the regular grocery store. You don't have to like get any fancy place, but it's a little more expensive, but it's higher in protein, whole grains, and nuts on it. If you like that kind of thing, it's a really good bread. It's called Dave's Killer Bread, and they have a few different varieties. I made a peanut butter and jelly on it. I love it. I love peanut butter and jelly. It's just an old-time classic, and now they have a cafe. Now, I don't know how much they're charging there, and I wonder what they're dipping in. Is that like cheese sauce or something? I would never think to do peanut butter and jelly. I'm hungry. I just ate dinner, and I'm hungry now. What do you think that is? Maybe that's like a no, I wonder if it's melted peanut butter. Could you imagine dipping a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in melted peanut butter? That would be pretty good. Yeah. So anyway, peanut butter and jelly is an old staple and a great snack. I love to eat it. And I thought that was pretty interesting that they had a cafe. But again, if it was like $8 for like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something, I'm not buying it. But I think that's pretty cool. Living Like Larry says, I can't eat the Buckeyes. I don't like peanut butter. I'm weird like that. You're not weird. A lot of people don't like peanut butter. I think it's like kind of like you love hate type thing with a lot of people. I love peanut butter, like peanut butter ice cream, peanut butter pie, peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter and banana sandwich, peanut butter and a protein shake, peanut butter scoop. I like peanut butter. Heck yes, peanut butter and jelly or no J, just mean peanut butter. Yeah, right. Foxy Wolf did say North Georgia is very mountainous and has a lot of mountain fairs and such, and the leaves are the same as North Carolina, Tennessee. Very beautiful, lots of corn mazes and apple orchards. And as I understand it from television, it is also a great destination for the people that live in Atlanta area as a vacation destination to get away from the city, but they don't have to go all the way up to the Smoky Mountains. I like peanut butter and jelly once in a while. Asking Foxy if it's mountainous east of I-75. Yeah, that's a great question. Maybe way up in North Georgia. I'm going to have to make one before bedtime. I know, right? Like, and I'm still wondering what they're dipping it in there. Do not eat peanut butter or jelly. Okay. I get that's cool. I think, no, you're not weird, Larry. Everyone has their own taste. Yeah. It's just a good, quick staple item, but I'm sure and also like, if for those that don't like it, you're not missing out. It's not super healthy. I mean, like peanut butter depends on what kind of peanut butter you're using. Jelly's full of sugar and all that stuff. But Angela says maybe chocolate and peanut butter. Yeah, maybe a light chocolate and peanut butter. We were talking about the Buckeyes earlier, excuse me. And Ted and Deborah Harrison said, I like peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Yes. Sometimes instead of the jelly, I'll put banana on it. Then you get the potassium and the protein and all that good stuff. So it's a good snack. I thought that was fun. Who knows? Maybe on a day I'll have to swing by that part of town and check out the peanut butter place, or just make them at home. And then last up, over here, we got the weather. Interesting weather week, because check out today, it was almost 80. And then it tapers a little bit in Western North Carolina. And then by the weekend, check that out. Now, what that's going to mean is hopefully that cold snap does finish off the leaves pretty nicely. But I think that's going to do it, or going to start pushing hard on the leaves falling off the trees. So they're going to start to thin out. They're still pretty full, but we're almost at mid-October by the end of this week. So I'd say this week, next, are probably going to be peak. And because of the type of year we've had with some of the cooler temps, I think by the last week of October, it truly might line up with what they had said with, more around 2,000 elevation. So yeah, getting back into it's kind of a weird time of the year though. Look at that. You got 80, almost 80 today. And then, Saturday, the lows, or Friday, the lows 36. So that's quite the disparity. You're talking about 40 degrees between the low and the high on 5 different days. So kind of crazy. So that'll do it there for the news and notes of the week of October the 12th and 2020. I hope you enjoyed those articles and found them somewhat interesting there. I'll read a few more comments and we'll go through it and then wrap it up. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? Is that called an Elvis sandwich? I would have thought it had bacon. Isn't Elvis like the bacon guy? More beautiful up I-85. I go up I-985 to North Georgia and then NC and go over the mountain to Cherokee and to Gatlinburg. Okay. AZ Rock says, good night, everyone. Have a fabulous week. It's been great. Stay safe. You as well. Probably going to wrap up in a minute or two here as well. I-75 goes up towards Chattanooga area and pretty, but not as much as I-85. Yes. Okay. That makes, oh, you're right. Cause that kind of goes up towards a little more west. Right. And then I-85 that's going to go over in South Carolina, like, Greenville, Spartanburg, and that way, and then up towards Charlotte. We go down 75 off and wonder if it was better east. Yeah, I think it probably is, Larry, like if you were to head over east and then you would hit, because if you ever look at a map, the line of mountains, it's pretty crazy because as quick as you get into the mountains coming from the east and heading west, you go up through the mountains and then you come back down. Like when you're on I-40 and headed east through Tennessee, as soon as you get past Gatlinburg a little bit, all of a sudden you're getting pretty flat headed toward Knoxville. And then when you go north, you get back into some mountains on I-75 going up towards northern Tennessee and Kentucky. But yeah, so anyway, lots of different mountains to see. Rita said, I was in the mountains last year and the colors we saw in Nashville were more colorful than the Smokies. It was beautiful. Yeah, I think this year is definitely the best of the last few years because we got those cool temps in September that have been absent the last few years. I wasn't even aware Georgia had a mountain range, and I wasn't either until I was watching the show called Log Cabin Living, and a lot of people were buying cabins in North Georgia, and then I looked at a map and realized, yes, it doesn't end. I mean, if you look at North Carolina and Tennessee, we're close to you can be in South Carolina from Asheville and the border 35 miles. You're in the skinny part of the state. So yeah. Hey, BB. Hey, Mr. Mountain Man Chat. We were in Pigeon Forge today. Well, glad you could make it to the live stream. I'm just about to wrap it up. You're catching the tail end of it. I hope you're having a great time over there. Is it busy? You have to let us know. I'm sure it is, but it's probably tapered a bit tapered a bit during the week, but not on the weekends. I'm sure it's just crazy over there. I hope you're having a wonderful time in East Tennessee. Jean Merida says, good night, everyone. Enjoyed the chat. Take care. You as well. I hope you have a great week. And I think that's going to do it for me as well. We're getting towards the 90-minute mark here. I got a couple of more comments that had flowed in here. Georgia has high mountains, waterfalls, and the same as Tennessee and North Carolina. BBBB says extremely busy. I know we were we were talking about how busy the national parks are, or the Great Smoky Mountains Park, and it's just nuts over there. So, but I hope you have a great time. Just lots of fun stuff to do. And I hope you have a wonderful trip over there in East Tennessee. And yeah, so with that, again, I enjoyed the conversation. I hope you did as well. I hope everybody has a wonderful week and enjoy the fall, no matter what part of the country you're in. And if you're in a warmer area, fall might be more in November side of things, especially if you're south. And maybe even going into December before those temperatures taper off. So again, I hope everybody has a wonderful week. I really enjoyed the conversation and everybody here tonight. Thank you for the support on the channel. And until next time, yes, good night to everyone. Thank you so much. Good night. We have good night. We have a good night. Good night. Can't wait to be living in the area soon. Yes, it's wonderful. Good night, everyone. Yes. Safe week. Hit the thumbs up. Bye. I appreciate it. And everybody take care. Have a great night. And we'll see you next time for another Mountain Man Monday. Good night, everyone.